Okay, so I'm going to be going over how I made the mod for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You need a program called AC Viewer, and this works on Linux and Windows. I'm on Linux, so I have to run it with Proton Experimental, and then I run Assassin's Creed with Proton 9.04. When you load AC Viewer, it's going to ask for a path to where the Assassin's Creed is stored. So if we go to installed files and hit browse, up top here you can just copy this, and that'll be your path. We'll launch AC Viewer. And so this is where you'd put the path, but I already have it, so I just have to load it. All right, once it loads, it asks which one of these worlds you want to load. These are like the 3D models, but I just want to modify the files, so I can just hit cancel on that. Then up top where it says Windows, I can go Forge files, which are like folders that contain script, models, textures, etc. And that's what the software lets you do. It lets you see the files inside those folders. And so we can pick which of the Forge folders we want to look at. And I found that all the camera stuff is in DataPC patch 01. And so in here is where all that is. And I don't know fully what everything corresponds to at all. So what I did was I would search like camera in the data streams. And then on the right, I would put whatever I'm trying to change. So for example, like crouch, and then I would just go through and see if any of them have crouch. And you see here it has crouch. This one has crouch, etc. And I would just kind of change them and hope it was the right one, guess and check. And so now I'll show what it looks like to actually change it. So I know that ACD underscore ground camera selector blender node, someone online who made a camera mod before me told me about this, and so I'll link his mod in the description. But just to show, we have all these different like basically camera presets, and if we right click one and go to add to resource inspector, this window pops up, and every time you're changing a camera you go to execution data and then handler ideal offset, and then it'll have vector 2s, or not vector 2s, sorry, vector 3s, which is just 3 float numbers that correspond to the various camera points. So if we go to edit, we see on the right hand side we have all these vector 3s for like top, back, top, right, top, front. I assume these are like when you have the camera in relation to the player. For example, when you're looking at the top back of the player, it tries to go to this offset. That's what I took it to mean, at least, but I don't really need it to be super precise, so I just made it consistent across the board. So it's basically a sphere around where the pivot is. The first number is the left to right of the camera. The second number is the backwards forward. So the larger this is, the further away you are. And then the top number, or the far right number, is the up and down. So right now I have it negative 0.2, but if we change it to like, say 6, it should be much above the player, and we'll go ahead and check that. Hit save, and then you can just X out everything and boot up Assassin's Creed. I'm on a horse, so it's using the horse camera, but if I get off, you see that now we're 6 units above the player, and it looks ridiculous. But yeah, that's basically how I did it. Hope this helps someone. Thank you.